Hey guys, it's Tor. So it turns out that there's a bunch of guys that watch us while we're saving the world and adventuring and not doing things for ourselves and making a profit. It's kind of creepy because they sit around and talk about what we did and then they judge us. Listen to them for yourselves. Let us know what you think. And hopefully you also find it creepy.
Welcome to another edition of Behind the DM Screen. I'm Kyle Overture, your DM, and I'm here with the cast. Lauren Ottinger.
Hi.
Ben Mazer.
I'm here.
Kevin Pilardi.
I'll never be the same again.
The Infraggable Leech.
I'm fine.
And Mike Rempfer.
Hey! Hi!
Infraggable?
Infraggable.
So Fraggles can't touch me.
They don't even want to touch
They
me.
don't even know about you.
Well, you just met Cletus the aboleth.
Oh.
This is such a weird name for him.
It was supposed to be Cletus Cassidy.
Yet weirdly
Cletus
unsettling.
typically can be a weird, dark, creepy name, but yeah,
Yeah.
you had to go Cletus the
Slack
Slack
on
Google.
Google. See, I'm thinking of Carnage. It makes more sense as Carnage.
Carnage.
See, I did
Cletus.
initially
Ugh.
also, kind of chuckle when you were like, well, I talk like this.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, ding, ding,
This is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's it's one of the reasons I chose that voice is because it can be so many things. Like, again, obviously, not saying everybody from South is still, but
There.
you can get that voice to sound very funny. You can get that voice to sound very creepy. You can get that voice to sound very unintelligent, very creepily intelligent,
Yeah.
and
like
that's
a-
what I wanted. I wanted this guy to be unsettling, so it's not just your typical "Here I am, I'm the
Yeah.
monster." Okay,
Yeah.
all right, he's the big bad, or the "Oh, this is me."
What's
I'm
that dude
talking
from
so
Walking
nice."
Dead? What's that bad?
Yondu.
Not Yondu.
Oh,
No, the one guy with the
guy-
spiked bat.
Negan.
Negan, yeah.
Oh,
It's
did he
kinda
have
like
that? I
Negan.
didn't remember. I haven't seen that.
I've
in a
never
while, but
watched
yeah.
that
I
episode.
No, I fell off at that
Yeah.
point. I'd just seen a couple clips, and I love that actor. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's awesome. Yeah.
I had a hard time because I kept visualizing the KFC guy, and then it would remind myself to be like, no, giant tentacle monster. KFC guy, giant tentacle monster.
Oh, man.
What I'm
That was
visualizing
great.
is, did anyone ever see the last of the Futurama movies, Into the Wild Green Yonder?
Yes.
Yes.
They had that little slug with the teeth. I'm picturing that, but like gigantic. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. Well done.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
well
Well done.
sh-
I'm going to be
remember-
creeped out for a whole fucking
Yeah, I
week.
feel like I want to vomit.
There are 3 times now in the podcast that I've really felt like, I've always been emotionally invested in what's going
Yeah.
on, but like really tightened up. And it was, I can say it now. Well, yeah, I can definitely say it now. When Tor died,
Yeah.
Since this is well past that point that this will ever come out anyway, hearing about all the things Lilith did,
Oh, yeah.
and now,
Yeah.
like this was just pure, just like focus, like taking it all in,
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
fucking great.
So-
I was like this close to crying when you said you were going to stay. 'Cause the first thing you said when you said he's dead, when you were talking to me, that already had me emotionally on the edge. But when you said that, I was like this close. As the
yeah, I
girl
got
of
to
the
do
group,
something.
get ready, motherfuckers!
I
I'm going
was
to cry.
so mentally prepared to be like, well, this is the last session with Leech
Yeah.
for a while because his character's
No.
gonna make a new character.
I would have done that.
I honestly, I thought that's where you were going with this. I thought you were
God.
doing a full sacrifice, making the next character thing. I was like, damn.
No, not yet.
Yeah, until
Not
you
yet.
said heroic moment, and then I was like,
Oh, that's why
gotcha.
I wanted
Yeah.
you on pins and needles for a second.
I was.
Because
I was.
that's why I held back on saying heroic moment.
Mostly because I helped you make your characters. I just wasn't ready to do that.
Oh no, it's gonna be about another 6 or
work.
7 months. Yeah. So it's horrible, but I knew. I mean, Blag. First of all, Blag was pissed.
Yeah.
Because the thing got into his head.
Yeah.
Like and definitely like, you gotta kill your mama and your sister, boy, and give in to the beast. And Blag's like, all right, like if I can't get out of this, at least I'll be here. Maybe he's right, and then I won't be able to do that. I could also see the turmoil because no, obviously it's an audio podcast. None of
Yeah.
our listeners can see it, but you guys all act with your faces too. I'm sure I do too when we're
Yeah.
taking
Oh, yeah.
all this stuff in, and I can see that like. Knock especially, but everyone except Shep, given his alignment, was not okay with sacrificing a couple of people, nor was Blag. Blag would not allow that to happen. And I was like, no, heroic moment. You know.
Honestly, Shep was just going to be
Good
like, let me
usage.
find like some roving gang of bandits that really suck, and let's just send them
But
down
even
there.
that,
Yeah,
I
see,
wouldn't
Knock wouldn't be
okay.
okay with
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
couldn't
okay
do
with
it.
that. I'd rather kill them while they're trying
If
to. If they're trying to kill us,
Rakshasas are pieces of shit. I would be fine leaving that piece of crap down
If
here.
we could get him down there.
Yeah, because it's just an
Well,
infernal
we
douchebag
have
and
better.
fuck him. Like, I'm the chaotic, and I'm still fucking tiefling. Yeah, leave that.
I mean, to
asshole
be
down
fair,
there.
I think Shep was also because initially when it started, I definitely was planning on being like, all right, let me be nonplussed here. Did not plan it when you described the thing of that thing flying up at my face, and I'm
Yeah.
just a little halfling, and that tooth is just a big toothy grin. Right, I visualized
That was great.
and I was like, okay, I'm gonna back down now. I actually was like, I'm a little scared.
Yeah, that was.
I think we have much better motivation now
Yeah.
to see this through and make sure that we can rescue Blag in the process.
Yeah.
I'll start working on a backup.
Lagger 2.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Lagerland Morris.
Wow, that's really awkward to say.
It is. You may call me Morris.
Malag.
Malag.
And in a nutshell, to break that down,
in a nutshell.
how did I get in this very big nut? So we're basically, he wants us to trap the Rakshasa or whatever, bring it down here. But first, we have to talk to Evergreen?
Yeah, you'll find out about Evergreen.
Okay.
I doubt it.
I don't know a
Can't
lot,
come up again.
but
Yeah,
I'll tell
probably
you what I know.
But
Not here.
But,
Something we'll find out
but
later.
Evergreen's going to give us information to, like, just more information about the first chosen or whatever?
Yeah, he might know more about the first chosen.
Okay.
The more important thing that the aboleth told
gods.
you is that he is preparing for the first chosen for quite some time.
Because I'm
Okay.
assuming from what you said, and don't tell me anything, but that he is one of the new chosen.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. That's what I gathered from what was
Okay.
being said, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that whole thing with the chosen and the first chosen, like now we've had a little more time to digest it, is definitely just a cool
So
concept,
yeah.
and it'll be
Freaking
fun to
awesome.
Is it
How
chosen
it
called the
plays out.
chosen because they're like, we don't want to be called second chosen, so we'll just call ourselves chosen.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. So really what happened is the second chosen were just called chosen. And then, so the first chosen were just called chosen at the time, too. They weren't called first
Right.
chosen. So then when they chose more to defeat the first ones, they were like, hey, let's make a line here because I don't want to be lumped in with that guy.
Yeah.
So they call them, the first chosen is the additional name, and typically what we'll refer to them going forward as, and I'll introduce this during the game, but
Fight show.
they'll be known as firsts. They'll be
okay.
known as the first.
Now, am I correct in assuming, and I guess I am because I guess you kind of said it, but that Natasha is one of the chosen.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
that's what I just wanted to make sure before I go forward in that knowledge and then screw myself up a lot.
No, she distinctly says that at some point in season 1. She is a chosen.
Oh, okay.
Gilead.
Okay, that's a terrible lay-in, and I don't think it was very smart.
Did you plan that far in advance?
About there, I did it. I don't recall. This is chicken or the egg. I do not recall if I said, here's an idea, so she's going to be a chosen, or if I made her a chosen, and I said, well, if I'm going to do that, I got to make this a big deal later. But it was that early in season 1 that I knew the gist of season 2.
It's actually kind of funny because I'm thinking of, I wrote a lot of my backstory and I'm like, wait a second, I wrote this one thing and it seems to weirdly follow what you got.
Yeah, well, that weird inside baseball. But I'm not sure if you remember. You actually asked me a couple different
Oh, that's
options
right,
for him,
yes.
and I was like, "Do this one."
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
So you railroaded him into making a character that fit
Oh,
your purposes.
100%. So
Sounds
he
good.
said, which of these three do you
Teasing,
think?
man.
And I said, definitely this one. That fits.
Yeah, so it's kind of just funny how it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was why I was like, definitely this one.
Yeah.
And there's a couple things that, again, people will see as we unveil the thing. But every now and then somebody at the table actually brought up different things about their backstory. And I said, do it this way. And that was wise to help things tie in a little bit more.
That's fair.
We have to have a group powwow.
How about our backstories, compare notes, figure them out?
I think we
Sure
need to
do.
make
Let's
plans
do that
going
on air.
forward without.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
D&D
then-
session without the DM.
Well,
We won!
We,
It was great.
We did. It was awesome. You should have been there, but you couldn't be.
So why the inside of the tower versus the outside of the tower? Why was the outside salty, but Blag like the inside of the tower tasted?
Well, when I was preparing this level,
water,
I thought
salt
to
water.
myself,
Outside.
they're going to try to eat this tower. And,
He
what
knows us.
possible variations could I do here? So I was truly trying to symbolize how an outside was more realistic to the world, but the inside was this twisted dark mass that I totally did not just pull out of my ass.
Yeah.
What do you
I
think
just
he
assumed it was
needs?
salt water.
He needs people for something. What do you think he has them doing?
Yeah,
They're
licking the inside.
It's
of
like
the
a-
rubbing
Hans-
the inside of the tower with flavored
Like Hansel and Gretel types.
Flavored goo.
Bacon with bacon grease.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh my god.
Because he's got to get out of there and he needs to grease it up.
I want to find out about my weird copper coin still.
Yeah.
I totally didn't make that up at the moment.
No, I know. Hey, I appreciate it.
Oh god.
Very Lovecraftian.
No, it's also cool to find like an old ancient civilization and stuff. It's good.
Oh yeah, I guess we
pineapple.
didn't really marvel at that because we were a little too busy
He
being
did.
stared down by a.
Oh yeah, Name was all about that. He's
Yeah.
going to retire there.
Underwater as a big. Well, you still have to breathe.
You've already met the neighbors,
There's
so
Yeah, exactly.
air pockets. Or I'll just go in to become like a whale. Oh, a whale needs to breathe too. I'll find a fish.
I'm sure there's an animal that doesn't breathe.
You become a shark.
Yeah, shark.
Corpse.
There you go.
Yeah, the one time I actually have like a shark, I'm like, I don't need this.
It should be a megalodon.
Now, how did he get past the jellyfish just by jumping in? Just because he was already a semi-aquatic
I'm a
type
lot
creature?
quicker than the jellyfish shark.
I could
Penguin
be
are
very wrong
fast.
on this, so internet people, feel free to correct me, both who listen.
they're called radio people.
Yeah,
radio
radio
Out there in the
people,
radio.
Kyle.
It's almost a pleasure to meet you.
I based off of my limited knowledge of how penguins and jellyfish both work, I do not believe a jellyfish could catch up with a penguin if its life depended.
Okay, it was a
Penguins
speed
are
thing.
fast
Okay.
as anything.
That's
yeah,
what I
they're
was
like
told.
Jellyfish
torpedoes.
really are.
Yeah, okay.
I'll get you eventually. Like
Be
that.
in my belly.
Yeah. Oh, that was
What was
awesome.
great about what you just said was that the visuals are really what sold it.
I know. Sorry, radio people.
Yeah.
You're up.
You're
poop
missing
creek.
a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that was really good. That was awesome.
yeah, it was,
I'm going to go
That
cry
was
in a
fantastic.
shower now.
yeah, I'm gonna go have Jen hold me.
Yeah, you guys have to forget about it. I got to get that from out of me.
Oh, I
There's a
know.
part of me that now I got to like peel out. Yeah,
We need an old priest. and a
Yeah,
young
yeah,
priest.
exactly.
I've got a bunch of sage. We'll burn that.
Yeah.
With Kyle. Just burn him.
because of the damn deal you guys made, he's going to have to come back now. So
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
have to get prepared to go back into that.
Are we supposed
Oh,
to not
that's
make it?
And
yeah,
we
that's
need-
too good of a character
there
not
was-
to revisit.
There were options. I mean, first off, you could have just fed them. You could have just gotten them slaves, and I didn't think that would.
That's
go
what
that
I
route.
was saying.
But there were options. You know, you could even have like captured slave. Like it didn't say have to be human. You know,
Yeah.
it could have been giants, could have been goblins, could have been
Men
know,
of
whatever
war,
route you went.
like jellyfish.
No matter what, I don't
I
think
don't
Knock would have been
know.
okay with it.
No.
Yeah.
Now you guys
Not-
played to your
I-
characters. I played to mine. Like Shep would be like, "Yeah, sure," you know, because I'm neutral. So it's
that-
like, and justify the
If
means
it was
here.
any
And that was
kind
part of what I thought
intelligent-
might happen too. It might be one of those scenarios where people said, "Knock, leave the room. Knock, you can't be here right now." You know,
Wow.
those are
Knock here, we got you a vacation ticket.
yeah.
We know a
Out
cruise
of,
ship.
outside
Here's
the
a
trap door.
timeshare. Here's a timeshare.
You don't.
now.
Otherwise, that thing sunk.
He still has it.
Tor made more of them, I'm
Oh,
sure.
okay.
There's-
We could get the thing to lift it out of the ocean.
There were a couple other offers I had down that were things that he wouldn't bring up that you guys could have
Crapples.
come up with. Definitely Crapples. They're like his favorite.
Obviously, he's hungry.
And I don't want to mention because he may come back.
Sure,
someday,
that
but,
makes sense. What were they?
Well, first,
Salty sweet towers.
yeah, he loves them.
Loves down.
Oh, where'd you? I came from the peppermint floor.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will stay. This place sounds delicious.
This is great.
The snozberries taste like
I don't
snozberries.
have to think for myself.
Yeah.
That's how you get to the surface. You got to walk evader.
There you go.
I mean, I'm assuming he
God.
has good medical, dental, vacation
Yeah.
plans.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Definitely
once you
gentle.
guys at peak performance, you know he doesn't want everybody like dying off on him.
Exactly.
He does
I can
take
understand
Yeah,
them
except
back in.
did you see any other servants around?
Uh-huh,
He needs
yeah,
more
no, tons of them.
servants.
Well, he gets hungry sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was no other sea life down there. That's what I was confused by.
You could have ate it all.
Well, I mean, that's an assumption, but
That was more of the animals
Left.
tended- Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
tended to
probably
take
are like,
good
we're not
areas,
going to
yeah.
stay around
Those he
here.
didn't eat left.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, no, I'm sure Blag will be his dinner at some point.
No,
Not
I
if we
will
can help it,
die
Blag.
We can help
before
it.
that
Wait,
happens.
Luke,
But, well, I wouldn't let that happen.
It
Loophole.
would.
If we destroy the world, then there's no war, and there we go. So we need to destroy the
Now,
world.
if
and
we
it's fine.
destroyed the world, would that also destroy the aboleth?
He is part of said world, so I believe so.
There you
Okay,
go,
he
two
couldn't-
birds.
Okay,
Two birds.
He can't exist in space like Gamera.
Yeah, so again, stupid inside baseball. The CR rating of these guys, I jumped up. I rewrit this because this was really dumb. They're only 10 in the book. They give them this badass backstory, badass
Older than
abilities, and they're
gods,
like,
yeah.
challenge rating 10. I was
Yeah.
like,
But,
challenge
a
rating.
baby dragon could beat it? No.
yeah, that's why I was like, no, we're gonna knock.
What
that
is
out.
our challenge rating?
11?
Oh, so we're bigger
We're
than the
12
one-
now.
Oh, that's our level.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that
so,
makes sense. Duh, sorry.
What challenge rating actually means for you and those at home is if you a challenge rating 10 means that is a monster made to fight a group of level 10 heroes. Okay. And to me, that does not make sense. Level 10 in this world, don't get me wrong, you're way more powerful than a peasant or anything, but you're nowhere near 20. Right. And 20 is not exactly like a god. Like, that's just 20 is your max level, but it just means you're really powerful at what you do. This god being should be more powerful than 10. You get just my personal opinion, but that's where I was.
Going like old school references, like Elminster was like a 20, right?
Exactly. Yeah, Dritz would be 20, and I can't be like, the way D&D works, if this guy's challenge rating 10, that means Dritz could show up and stab this thing to death. Like,
that doesn't, that's not ominous enough.
Does that happen?
No.
Right.
That would get us out of a bind.
oh, yeah.
Drizzt!
Ruined!
Drizzt.
Spoiler!
Time to announce our
Drizzt,
world's
sorry.
process.
That'd be awesome.
So I appreciated it, and I shouldn't look it in the mouth, but why did he give me the bracelet back?
It's a shame we didn't get to address that because I want to address that in the next. Yeah, that I wonder if he is some kind of. I don't want to give anything away.
All right.
Swap.
Well, that was a lot of nothing, but thank you.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say what I
Glad you
suspect?
interjected.
Yeah, go for it. That's what these
I
are
was
for.
worried that he put some kind of thing that can track us, and if he has psychic abilities, he might be able to
Hello,
do
Jack. I love it.
scrying on us now because he had it, and now you have it again. So I think he did that on purpose to keep an eye on us.
He did, but there was no way he would have known that I was going to try to give him anything. I mean,
But at the time
No,
that
but
he took
all he needs is for something, and then to give it back to you.
I mean, he would have known.
Yeah.
well, no, because at the time that he took the bracelet,
You
he
did
thought
want-
I was staying.
I mean, he could still theoretically scry on just people that he's seen, but it seems nefarious to me that he gave that back to you. I
I'm
don't
amazed
trust
that
it.
he let
Yeah, I don't trust gifts
Blag
either.
leave.
heroic
heroic
moment.
moment.
It just,
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see
Even
me
with
at Christmas.
that-
When people try to give me a gift, I'm like, what do you want?
what do you want for the nothing?
I'm telling you.
So go away, Santa.
He's a sneaky,
Santa.
he's a sneaky
Hurry
piece.
up, young bear.
He's a sneaky piece.
well, now you have Name Low Jack.
Maybe.
I like it.
I mean, I guess we could always do some sort of
We'll check it.
detecty thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
If we remember. We won't remember.
we will not remember
A check that involves
Intelligence. No, that's not a thing.